everyone. It's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm DJ.
And DJ and I are going to watch a little bit more Power Rangers Zeo. We got Mean Screen. We get to watch a computer monster. And then Mr. Billy's Wild Ride. Just bringing Billy back right after we got rid of him. All right, we'll see what that's about.
Yeah, it's an interesting title. I don't know what the world that is.
And one of those few titles that is like actually based on literature or something. We don't do a whole lot of that.
Yeah, it's true. We don't.
Or is that a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride thing? Is that an innocuous thing enough that we can't be sure that that's where they got that?
Well, I don't know, because the book is called The Wind in the Willows. So
True.
The ride, unless they're just basing it on the ride itself. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, let's go ahead and get rolling here. Episode 13 of Power Rangers Zeo. If you're watching live, thanks so much for joining us. Sorry we took a little bit longer in between shows. Didn't mean to do that. If you want to watch with us, and you really ought to, because we don't even know right away what this is like. It's been a while since we've seen this. You want to click the link in the description to Rabbit Room. That will let you see exactly what we're seeing as we are just sitting around chatting while we're watching this. That's what we do here on Morphin Mania. If you're watching after the fact, get out your Netflix, your DVDs, however you want to watch it. Get it to timestamp 0 and make sure you're watching episode 13, but not in that order. And get ready to press play when I say now. Here we go. Everybody, please press play. Right now.
Such bow,
bow, bow, bow.
So epic, this song.
It's absolutely wonderful. I think the original Power Ranger theme sting there right at the beginning, just to let everybody know that they're still watching the same show, was kind of inspired.
Yeah. I think we should start doing some more top 10 lists. Maybe towards the end, though, after we've seen everything. I'd like to do a top 10 theme songs.
Absolutely. Which will be funny because that's the number of shows we're doing.
That's true.
Are we adding one? We are going to add one, right?
Yeah, we talked about it. We can. We could justify it by saying that we're still doing 10 different Rangers because the first 2 seasons are the same Rangers. So
that's true. Yeah. Yeah. What he's alluding to is it's difficult to continue talking about this like it's a big Geek Evolution 10th anniversary thing when the thing that made it that was that we were doing 10.
Man, every time I see that little archway of Angel Grove, it reminds me of Amazing Spider-Man. That scene where they go through the bridge and then he throws her out the window and webs her up. Because
of the trees that were blocking it, if you've never seen the show before, you would think it was just called Grove High School. That's a really dumb establishing shot. That establishing shot only works for people that are already familiar with this show.
Oh, this is bringing back memories for me. You remember these horrible games we played in school?
Yeah. And remember people having to be told the basics of using a computer? It's fantastic. All you got to do is click this mouse, see, and then Windows open up. Why is the mouse on the left? Did they change it with different people because they're right or left-handed?
Is Adam left-handed?
Maybe so. I never thought of that. Do left-handed people put their mouse on the other side?
I think so. It looks like Adam has his over there.
Yeah, I'm not going to base anything on Power Rangers. I'm saying in real life. Is that what people do?
I mean, I would assume.
Rip Death Griffin says, like Oregon Trail. Yes, just like Oregon Trail.
I mean, I have a right-handed mouse specifically, so I wonder if they make left-handed mouses?
You know what, though? This is a really courteous virus that it's giving them a countdown for how long it's going to be before they get the virus. Like, if you can figure out how to stop it, you got 30 seconds. I wonder if that existed.
It's like the Riddler, like just giving you a chance to solve it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, he got it. Look at this computer whiz.
Speaking of, I just did the mission of Screwball in the Spider-Man game. Did you do that one? She's like a crazy social media.
Do that. Yeah.
Kidnap somebody and makes her followers like beat you up and stuff.
It's weird.
Yeah, that was weird that they made up a character like that.
Oddly anticlimactic, that one.
Yeah, you didn't even have to fight her, obviously. You just found her.
Well, and if memory serves, wasn't it not as bad as you thought it was? Like, it seemed like people's lives were in danger and then they weren't? Or am I remembering that wrong?
Oh no, she actually kidnapped someone because she gets thrown in jail.
Yeah, I know, but I thought she acted like it was like bombs or something, like a bunch of people were gonna die and then they didn't. I can't remember now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember it being weird. I'm like 56% through the game, and I haven't even done basically any of the story. I'm just swinging around being Spider-Man.
I had that too. Yep, I finished a lot of the game before I got to the story. Isn't that weird?
The story didn't grab me, and I'm just loving being Spider-Man a lot more than the story mode.
I mean, you haven't gotten far enough in that it would yet, probably. Like, I think you'll appreciate it more as it goes along, but I think it's a little bit slow of a burn compared to the actual gameplay. But anyway, Power Rangers. These villains are just not that creative on their own. Like, think about it. They spend all day just, wow, look at that guy. That looks like an ATM monster.
It looks like
I know that's redundant. I know the M in ATM stands for monster in the first place. But that's great because it's a CRT. They can't film it without the rolling.
That's cool that it has an actual screen on it, though.
It means it's actually there. Yeah.
Oh, it is an ATM.
Oh, it is an ATM. Oh, no. All right. Well, there you go.
Oh, it's like that movie where all the machines rebel.
I was about to say, is anybody else getting flashbacks to Maximum Overdrive? This episode is amazing so far. I'm loving this. Somebody said that computer nerd should be a ranger, that he'd be a good ranger. He looks like a stoner ranger.
He does look like a recurring character, though.
Yeah,
he is.
It'd be cool if they brought him back. I don't think he is, but I could be wrong about that. I love going back to this period and seeing like early internet in its infancy stuff in shows. This is just before Buffy, and Buffy does it hard in the first couple seasons.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I've never seen that show.
Oh goodness, you got it.
Heard.
You got it. It's wonderful. It's just so foundational for the culture at this point.
It's crazy that these kids he puts so much trust and like the responsibility on these like 16-year-old kids.
It's because he's an idiot. He's the adult version of them. And I don't know how he got into the position he is, but I always, even when I was a kid, I thought this. I always assumed that the point of Lieutenant Stone was, this is why we need Power Rangers.
Because there's no competent police in the city.
Yeah, at all.
They just open a box with gloves and...
So we had that episode when Billy left, where we like reminded the audience of like ongoing plot threads that we haven't been dealing with in a while. I really thought Zed and Rita would show up in that. Oh, Red and Zeta, and they didn't.
Never gonna let go.
Yeah, you're not gonna live that one down. But ever since then, we still haven't gone back to Rito and Goldar.
Oh man,
Guido and Roldar.
They all sound just as valid.
That's true. Guido Gravolto.
Mean screen.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Not sure. Flavor.
Not sure. That's screen flavor. I'm not sure about Cat's hairstyle in this episode. I like the way they walk out sometimes.
Yeah.
The cogs, they're fun.
Yeah, they're just like I'm sure it's probably some of the same stunt people that played the putties.
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, where it's like now you gotta move around like your machines.
I'm sure they were very happy to do something different than this.
Yeah, and they don't have to resort to wearing silly costumes and stuff. Like, I'll never do that. I also don't think the cogs ever pretend to be other things that they're not. Like shapeshifters.
In the Sentai, the cogs are like real people. They're not like they're like full on stormtroopers. Like they fly the ships. They run the machinery. They like are pilot. Like they do everything. They're not just like idiots.
That's weird because they look like they're supposed to be robots.
Well, they are robots. I'm just saying they are soldiers. They actually like they're competent. They don't just get beat up.
Are they more competent?
Cogpetent. Oh. That was the most fun thing we did Wednesday night. That was great.
I was also thinking that perhaps it makes sense to get actors that were putties to be cogs, because they probably would have to do a lot of the same things. Like the foot soldiers all probably use pretty much the same constitution.
I mean, and they both wear masks, so they're always incognito.
Still not sick of him. Bang bang! I am sick of this song though. Yeah. It's not Watch the Tenga, but it is bad. I don't even think it's obnoxious in the same way. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's bad for a different reason. If you don't listen to the words, it's fine, but it's just like,
yeah, just don't do that. Just never look at the words. Only watch this show with subtitles if you're going to talk over it and broadcast. Lucas says this guy looks like Louis Kaboom with rockets on the side. He does look like Louis Kaboom. We haven't gotten him yet, though. So Louis Kaboom looks like this guy. In fact, it's possible that Louis Kaboom is a redress of this guy, because they're both in the same Sentai, and Louis Kaboom is a Sentai guy. So it could be repurposing this costume. Ooh, that's cool!
POV shot.
Why don't we do that more often? Did they just set that table on fire?
This is a good episode.
It is. This is really cool. I like this monster.
Look at that. Their weapons actually don't work.
I like the different. Yeah, I like the different colored bars on his screen. It's just neat that they even thought to do that.
Yeah, there's a good attention to detail on this one.
559, I'm not sure if that's a Wasserman song or not. I feel like we determined it must be because at one point it went long enough that we heard like the solo.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto puts in a $2 super chat and wants to know, DJ, if you are now the Green Ranger.
Yeah, I've switched. I'm Adam. Look at this.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's the only green shirt I own.
We know what he's got to put at the foot of his bed when he goes to sleep the night before St. Patrick's Day.
Did you ever do that? Did you go around pinching people, or did you mostly get pinched?
No, I yelled at people who did that crap.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It annoyed me. I would just be like, "Hey, people, like whatever the heck they want to." We commandeered this holiday, and then you expect us all to participate. I don't understand.
It's such a weird holiday too. Well, I guess it's because when you're a kid, that's all you have. Like, it's a holiday about drinking, so you can't do anything. So you just have the wearing green. That's all you got. Otherwise, it's just a day. This is a cool set. I love the warehouse type deal.
Whoa, that's weird.
Whoa, that's like Incredible Hulk, where he runs down the scene where he swallows the. You probably don't know that movie as well as I do, but
no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
he runs down the library with all those shelves and swallows the SUV. No, he doesn't swallow an SUV.
He swallows an SUV. We haven't seen the Zeo Blaster much at all.
No, we haven't seen their weapons. Like, they don't use their weapons in fights. They just do the super moves with them.
I feel like as Power Rangers went on, as Mighty Morphin went on, we were doing that a lot in that show too.
Yeah, where they just stopped using them in fights. So one of the things I like about the game is they all have their
weapons aren't working. We don't know how to use them yet. I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm just saying that's one of the things I like about the game is seeing them actually use their weapons, because they don't do that very much.
Okay, Zordon, but how is he doing that? He said we've got to reconfigure the defender wheel so that it's immune to the virus.
It's a wheel.
Well, yeah, but it is mechanical, to be fair. Like, they got to push some buttons on it to make it go. Now, it doesn't look especially digital to me, but
how does it make it go through his force field virus?
Something something flames.
Fire.
That's awesome. He made a backup copy of himself, and he's just there now. This monster is Bossa Nova. We need to.
He just acknowledged it. Did you hear him?
This is quite possibly the smartest monster we've ever had. I think it might be one of the smartest monsters in the series. We should, and by series I mean Power Rangers. We should, if we're making a list of best monsters, this has got to go on it. He's great.
He's cool.
We've had some okay episodes the last few. Like like you said earlier, like a couple, like last show or the show before. I think maybe we're starting to understand why Kid Me liked the show so much. Because you haven't even seen a lot of this, right?
No, I haven't seen the majority of this. They didn't release any VHS or DVDs of this.
That's true.
They did a lot of space after this, and they did obviously a lot of Mighty Morphin, but I didn't have any of this.
Does anybody else think that if you're Zordon, because all the action happens in one town, it's kind of pointless to have a map of the Earth in your command center, in your power chamber?
That was really cool that when he looked at Adam, it like played the high pitched like music.
I don't know if you noticed, but we do that a lot in this show.
It's like these Rangers are like majestic when you see them.
Yeah. I think I mean majestic sometimes when I say mysterious, because I'm trying to figure out what they're going for totally. Yeah, they're trying to look more larger than life.
Yeah, there's a gravitas to these ones.
You know how we said there should be an episode where it's like all from ground level and the Rangers in the background? I think you could do a whole show like that. I don't think it would be that hard to take Sentai footage and make a show like that.
Yeah.
Where like the Power Rangers are always pretty much the same. We don't need to know anything about them.
That would be the way to go too.
Don't even cast them.
You use all the Ranger footage still, but everything you shoot is just not with the Rangers.
Yeah, you just follow other people. I don't know what exactly the story would be, but I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, you can make it whatever you want because it wouldn't be hindered by you not having the Sentai. Like, that's perfect. I mean,
I also think that would be a way to do. I mean, you'd be using obviously other people's footage, so I don't know how easy it would be to get away with it. But that would be a way to make a fan film series using a Sentai that we never used.
Yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about rights and all that stuff.
Well, you're not charging for it, but it might just be hard to post without getting copyright flagged is all.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I've always wanted to do the Power Ranger thing where you take footage from something else and then make your own stuff around it, and that would be an inexpensive way to do it.
Yeah, because I mean the Japanese are the best at all this stuff, so let them do that stuff, and then you
don't even need a standing command center set because you'd never go there.
Yeah.
You know, all you'd need would be like houses and a school, and like it just wouldn't be that hard.
Just a juice bar.
Yeah. It's just the Ernie show. Just every episode. Can you believe this is happening?
He's just in the juice bar, pointing at the screen to the whole place, watching the news.
I love that. Usually those lines aren't that clever. That one's pretty good.
That's great.
Am I giving that too much credit? I think that's pretty good. See, that's your standard, punning Power Ranger line. And of course, Rocky's got to get the crap line, right? Rocky's like, I gotta stop a computer, make it crash. Get it? I said crash. But Adam goes, if you're not watching, because I know some people don't. Adam goes, you want some RAM? I'll give you some RAM. That's pretty good. Aaron says it generally would be funny to have an Alpha 5 focused Power Rangers movie or a sitcom where, yes, you have the Ranger scenarios going on, you have Alpha 5's antics as the main story. That would be like the really little kid way to go, like the Power Rangers for 5-year-olds instead of 7 or 8, like it is.
Yeah. Unless you played them straight, unless you like changed them a little bit, obviously.
That's true.
If you went the Fugitoid route.
Yeah.
that we
No,
were
there's
talking about.
that's why I can't help but go back to the show. There's so much potential that we
Could
never
you imagine the
touched on.
Power Rangers movie that started with Alpha on Edenoi? Like, that's the Krypton stuff. Like, we start with him as a human, and we see him put his body into the Alpha 5 robot, send it to Earth, and then the story picks up. That'd be crazy.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I forgot we even had a subplot with it. What was our subplot within this episode? I don't even remember.
They added gloves to their uniforms.
Wow. Okay, well that explains why it was only a bookend then.
They made a really big deal about the gloves. They were like putting them on.
And scarves.
Well, we added scarves a few episodes ago. Remember that? They're slowly like creating their whole ensemble.
Oh, weird. It's like Spawn. It's like morphing.
Oh, they lost their gloves. They've been demoted.
Oh man. Now they gotta do the dirty work and wash their hands.
Raymond. We'll see if Raymond comes back. Oh,
Wait.
is he just like listening in the whole time?
How does that even work? Oh, okay. Just off screen. Well, it's peaceful, so it's not interesting, so we're not going to show it. Okay, so there's water in the background. He looks like he's standing in front of a Stargate when it's on. And he is breathing air.
Hey, why does he not have a helmet on?
Where is he right now? Is he like, is it glass behind him? Is there like, is he standing in front of a porthole? Like, what's going on?
He's on Aquitar, dude. That's all you get.
Oh, okay. This is cool that we're actually setting up the next episode. This is not technically a two-parter, but we just set up the next episode. I love it when we do stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some nice continuity there. That was a good episode. That was solid.
It's another good one. What do you want to call it? The one with the... I don't want to say the one with the computer virus.
That was very. Ah! I guess that's Mondo's version of the Zed glow. He
just flails around.
Well, yeah, and sparks and stuff, and his eyes glow. You know, all of that. The one with the ram gag. That sounds weird. It really does actually. It's a strange thing to say out loud. Man, Cap, you really should like think things through before you say them out loud. I'm thinking. We'll come up with something.
I can't really think of a funny one. I wonder if we just go straight for this one. The one with the.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, ram gag is funny, but maybe not in the way we want it to be. I don't know. It's just weird. Mr. Roboto, $2 super chat. Cap, if you were a ranger, would you only wear your color? Well, it depends on if that's the rule, which I'm fuzzy on. I don't know if they do that ironically, and by ironically I mean like they are not aware that they're doing it. I mean, we get self-aware about it later, but early on in Power Rangers, do the Rangers know that they're doing that? I mean, Tommy's wearing green before he's the Green Ranger, and then he just keeps doing it. Is he just faded that because it's his favorite color? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't do it on purpose because it's stupid.
Yeah, is it a destiny thing, or is there like a subtle thing in your brain once you're connected with the suit that like makes you lean towards that color?
I would feel like I was risking breaking that rule of only 3 Ranger rules every time I did it.
I would. It depends on what color it is, because I already wear blue all the time anyway. So if I was a Blue Ranger, I would.
So Mondo just said he was going to do something to Billy on his way back, and indeed that is what's going to happen in the next episode, Mr. Billy's Wild Ride. Let's find out what brilliant scheme Mondo has next, shall we? Everybody, please press play. Make sure you're watching episode 14 of Power Rangers Zeo right now. Vaguely stronger than before. It's my favorite theme. It really is. I love it so much.
Oh, really? This is top number 1.
Oh yeah, it might take and like of course I like the Mighty Morphin theme a lot, but the testament to how much I like this theme is that it was years and years before I finally went back to this series because it's been on Netflix forever. But before people were posting them on YouTube, like it was hard to get your hands on these on the show, and so for years I never got to go back to it. But this song was always there, like it was stuck in my head for years. Like I would find myself randomly humming it years after I saw the show.
Zio is my number 4, but it is very up there. I really like it.
Wow. And there's not much competition for me past it either. Like most of the themes I'm not a fan of. Or not a giant fan of. Like Dino Thunder's just okay. Like it's better than any of the recent ones, but like
yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I didn't even put those on the list.
Space is good. Time Force is up there for me, just because of the audacity of going time for like that's fantastic. I love it. There is no shame in that show. It's fantastic.
Oh, what are they? Boy Scouts? Man, Tanya looks like 10 years older with that haircut. Did you see that?
Yeah,
you're like the 50s, the doo-wop where it flips.
Yeah, she was in a doo-wop group. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's got his hair down too.
What is hair down? Yeah, that's like Supreme's Tanya. I don't remember the SPD theme right off. I think I like that one. I just think
it's really good. Yeah, it's
right off. And I remember liking the Last Galaxy theme, okay, but I don't have it in my head right now either.
Are people referencing? Are people saying that
they are? That's what I'm referring to right now. Yeah, sorry, I'm reading comments.
I agree with you guys. Those are some of my favorites.
Am I right though? Look, he's got the same kind of viewing globe that Zordon does, except his is bigger.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hurry up, Alpha. Yeah, see, look, theirs is just smaller, but it looks the same. Look at that thing.
Look at that. It looks.
It's multi-purpose. You know, it also goes in the water. Hurry up, because King Mondo is hatching a scheme to, oh, wait, I don't know this just because the script doesn't want me to. But if I did know it, you're not supposed to question how.
The map is completely shredded.
See? This is why Rito and Skull.
Rito and Skull.
Yeah, Rito and Goldar are also Bulk and Skull because they also could not find their way around. But at least these guys are outside. Mr. Roboto wants to know if cars can really be considered Zords. I mean, we'll get there when we do our week on Turbo and mercifully not anymore. But like, I guess if they make a Megazord, sure.
Yeah, we'll get there. I don't know. That season of Sentai was a parody of Sentai, and so I don't think they really had much of a choice. I don't think they could have done.
We should have gone backwards and done a Sentai from before Mighty Morphin. That's what we should have done.
Yeah, because we tried to play it straight like we always do, and it's weird.
Except we didn't either. The problem is we tried to do both.
Well, because they had to use the footage of the weird stuff that they did.
Yeah, but our sitcom footage was often even sillier, and that made it worse.
Yeah. I don't know how we're going to pick episodes. Like, how are we going to pick? We're going to have to look for like a top 10 list or something.
Let's roll a dice.
No, because then we could get the worst episode.
I'm sure that'll be entertaining to someone. No, the question I have about the Zords in that is was there any sense of scale with that? It seemed like they were just cars you got in, and then somehow they became a giant Megazord. Like, they didn't seem like Zord-sized cars.
Well, the cars grow. Like when we watch the movie, you'll see like they get in them, and then they just like grow first, and then they make the Megazord.
That's great. That's great. Did you guys that?
What do you say?
We have a problem. That's pretty good.
Man, is he just going to be flying back this whole episode?
I think so.
Now knowing what this is, it's a good title. I like the title.
I like it too. I think it's funny that the inside of that pod that he's in, like the outside looks all alien and futuristic, like out of a 1950s B movie, but like, all alien. But inside, it looks like a NASA shuttle.
Yeah, it's huge. It's so much bigger on the inside.
Yeah. But also, it doesn't like, okay, it's got like flashing lights behind it and stuff, but like the way he's set up in there, it looks a little too NASA-like. I guess when they back off a little bit, it's better because he's got just joysticks that fly it. Yeah, you're right, Grim Death. This is very Apollo 13, and that's got to be why they did this, because this is around when that movie came out.
Yeah, we talked about it came out when the movie was in theaters because it was one of the ones that beat it out.
Yep. So they would have had plenty of time to be influenced by it. That was 95. This would be 96, I believe.
Or 97, because season 3.
Is it 96? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Man, we just hit a stride. We're getting some good episodes right in a row.
Yeah.
Something's actually happening in this one. We got some continuity going on.
Yeah, and they've got some momentum to skid themselves into Gold Ranger.
Yeah, I don't remember when he comes in.
We looked this up last time. Let me check real quick. Oh, we've got a 3-parter next time. Did you know that? We started late.
Yeah, we did.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Power of
17.
It isn't until episode 27.
Wow.
But I don't know if he's introduced before that or if that is indeed his introduction. I don't remember.
Yeah, because he shows up a little bit and then like fights and then leaves mysteriously, right?
Cat's hair is better.
Good job, Cat.
What? It is. She always looks better in a ponytail. That's what she should wear most of the time. You guys don't let your hair down. It's never a good look for any of you guys.
Especially Tommy.
Especially Tommy.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow!
Like Braveheart or something. That was a weird line.
It's just like that. Oh, man. What's going on with that satellite dish? Oh, wow.
Wow.
And the power chamber's all coming apart.
There's another shaky can.
This is, you got to write that down. This is a really cool, unusual episode. Like, this does not feel like a standard Formula episode at all. But like stuff's happening.
Yeah. This is like a later season episode where it's just like, it's not standalone at all. It's like,
it feels pretty ambitious for this show. Like we had to build a new set for it. It's tiny, but we built it. And we dropped some debris from the ceiling.
the sparks are always look cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's not that hard to make, it still looks good.
Is it possible that I will be vindicated for saying this is my favorite show? I mean, favorite from when I was a kid. I mean, I might fall in love with one of the later ones that I didn't watch a whole lot.
I'm a little worried about that.
Of course, Dino Thunder is probably technically my favorite on a story level, but
yeah. And I'm actually happy that we're going to do Ninja Storm now because, especially watch it with you, because there's a lot of things that it does before Dino Thunder.
Is it going to make me like Dino Thunder less or more?
I don't think it'll affect it. It's interesting to see the things that come from Ninja Storm into Dino Thunder.
One thing I know for sure is that there are a couple of music cues that start in Ninja Storm that hold over from Dino Thunder, and they keep around.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting because Ninja Storm has a like an action sports theme, so all the music is like punk rock and like early 2000s stuff. And I thought that Dino Thunder was more like just straight up rock stuff.
It is, but the villain theme is real similar.
Okay, like the orchestral stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like,
well, actually, that doesn't make sense because the villain in Ninja Storm is ridiculous, and the villain in Dino Thunder is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, and menacing, and has a plan. He's actually trying to accomplish something, and I understand what it is.
Yeah, the villains definitely all the villains are definitely the weakest part of Ninja Storm for me. I'm hoping it holds up. I started rewatching it the other day, and I wasn't crazy about it, but I still have nostalgia for it. So,
well, another thing that's interesting, of course, with SPD with Ninja Storm going into Dino Thunder is that they've got the twin henchman chicks that become one of the Bulk and Skull.
Yeah, she's there from the beginning.
Mr. Romano, $2 super chat. He says the Rangers should have used magnets on Mondo. Brilliant! They should have done that.
But no, I'm kind of worried about watching the seasons that I have no connection to, because I recently watched the pilot that they released for Beast Morphers, and it was pretty decent. It was pretty good, but I don't know if I can watch Power Rangers anymore that I don't have the nostalgic. Yeah,
without
I don't really have a reason. I wasn't into it. I'm kind of worried about the seasons that I don't have nostalgia for.
I used to have that more. I did watch Dino Thunder, obviously, first as an adult, because like I'm older than you, so like I was out of high school when that started. Yeah. But I saw a promo with Tommy, and I was like, I'm gonna try this, and then I like legitimately liked it.
Okay, so yeah, I might be able to do it.
But some of that was because of like the new self-awareness and the stuff that they were doing that show that was like really smart for Power Rangers, that was brand new and novel, and like we've done some of that now, so like the bar is higher.
And that's an anniversary season, so they were doing a lot of callbacks to the originals.
Not as much as they should have, but some, yeah. But what's weird is but to be fair, this is also an anniversary season, and that first episode has one, and there's potential for more. There is a reference to Rita, and they do give you a sense of continuity. And I'm hoping for more of that. I don't want to hold my breath for a lot more of that, but it was. This is dating this hard, but we've only seen the pilot so far. That's all that's been released, and for me, it was just a big deal to talk about the Morphin Grid and have a corporation using it and saying from Rita to Galvanex, all these villains always do the same thing. Like that was a big enough deal for me.
Yeah, that was cool. I have a question about that whole premise, but we could talk about it later.
Just real quick, that the way they're integrating Sentai footage in this episode is better than normal, and that this is a cool looking scene.
Yeah, this is a really cool. I love this factory set, or it's probably an actual factory.
It helps that our stuff is more ambitious than normal, which isn't saying a lot, but like it doesn't feel like we're doing lame, boring stuff, and then suddenly we've got Sentai footage that is like huge and epic, like we did sometimes in Mighty Morphin. Yeah. This all matches better. But anyway, I just want to say something about this episode we're watching. What were you saying?
No, we can talk about that show at another time. Question about that premise.
I just watched it, and I was just recently, and I was just really surprised by it. It's hard not to want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Now, by second or third episode, I could be completely bored and not caring, because like the premise of Ninja Steel was also interesting to me. Oh, look at the fire in her helmet.
Yeah, these helmets are really good for catching reflections. The big giant visors.
We've been using that a lot lately. It's all Sentai doing it, but no, that's not fair, because we did it with that checkerboard stuff.
That's true, but this is definitely not us.
Yeah,
we don't actually blow up buildings.
No, we don't have a pyrotechnic budget, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back in the shuttle,
it's crazy that they're actually looking for a fuel cell, which is a real thing. Usually they make up some like
technobabble nonsense that we never use again.
I don't know why I went with Mr. T's jibber jabber, but that's
I'm sorry. You must have cut out for a minute or something, because I thought you were fishing for a word and I was trying to help, and then I was like, no, I think he said something and I missed it.
It's probably for the best that I cut out.
The one without pyrotechnics.
The one where Billy is Superman?
We should call this one the one with the fuel cell. Remember the one with like a real piece of technology? And this feels like a concrete situation where they're trying to solve an actual problem, and we understand what exactly they're doing to solve it. And
it's contained. Like, we went to a different location, but it's pretty much contained.
There's a sense of urgency.
It's pretty cool.
There's a timetable that makes sense. Like
he's falling off Vasquez Rock.
Billy's falling off Vasquez Rock. Oh no! The command center's right up there. It's right up there. Or is he actually supposed to be close to the command center this time?
This is interesting because when I was reading about season 3 in the textbook, they were saying how they had to be really careful shooting on those rocks because they weren't allowed to touch anything. And they always had to bring their own rocks, like set rocks, to actually shoot on because they weren't allowed to mess with Vasquez Rock. It's like a national park. But he's all over those. I wonder if that's a different.
Maybe they made that, but that looks like the rocks.
I wonder how they might be cutting around it or something. I don't know. That's weird.
Now, I don't know how true that is anymore, though, because James Rolfe used Vasquez Rock in the AVGN movie, and he slides props down it.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, like I said, this is just from the book, so I don't know how true it is, but it was one of the stunt guys who was talking about how we always had to bring our own rocks.
They do a miniature shot where there's supposed to be I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. They do a miniature shot where they have a flying saucer, and they do a small saucer and they like slide it down Vasquez Rock.
Okay. This is our first Tommy Saves the Day plot.
That's true. But we haven't done it a ton, and it doesn't feel like it's just working because it's Tommy. Like, everybody's involved, and it's not.
Yeah, it's the Days of the Future Past effect, where it's like it's fine that Wolverine's doing this because he hasn't done it for a while.
This is weirdly good for the show.
3 in a row. We're gonna have a tough time picking a top 10.
He said, "Bring me back" as he was teleporting. Like, hey, Zordon, bring. Oh, you had the same idea I did.
Great minds.
Like, for this show, I always have to put up a caveat, but like, this feels like real tension.
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't feel like a made-up ticking clock. Like, I'm buying that okay for this.
There's that smile that got him the job.
All right, I didn't see the writing credit. Maybe Charlotte came back. I don't know. But whoever wrote this episode should write every episode. This feels like almost real TV.
Buying the smoothies.
They drink smoothies all the time. Like,
another good one. It's been a good night for episode.
I'm astonished by the incognizance. Captain, we gotta have another one. I cannot change the laws of physics. Frogman says, "Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million." Those are not smoothies. Those are in no way smoothies.
It's like just Coke.
Yeah. I'm getting the smoothies. Okay, I only have enough money for sodas. God, the last couple episodes, we keep doing stuff that's like verging, like dangerously verging on like character development, if not progression, or at least making these people feel like they're making me almost feel something. DJ is what I'm trying to say. It's amazing.
We can almost analyze this.
Yeah.
if we do what we talked about and do other commentaries after this, it's going to be really hard to get back in the mindset of watching actual fiction.
Luckily, I'm still doing the omnibus every 3 weeks, so like I still have to do that level of analysis, and that helps me keep my perspective a little bit. But you're right, especially with this show. Like whenever it gets close to stuff that's analyzable, I'll miss it. Like. So there we go. That's it, folks. For today's episode of Morphin Mania. That was pretty good. I totally skipped past the credits this time, so we don't have anything to say over those because I'm not playing them right now.
Because Netflix is so annoying.
I forgot to do that. Hopefully there wasn't any brilliant ad-libbing that we missed. Anyways,
the one where everyone lets their hair down.
Jeffrey is on the road right now. He just stopped in. He's in West Virginia right now, and says now it's time to blindly talk about Zeo Rangers.
Oh, I thought you said stops in like he just stopped into your house.
No, he's in West Virginia right now. He actually is going to stop by my house though. So he's making this big road trip. He's going to be here on Monday. He's going to come over for my weekly movie night, and if we have time, we'll try to shoot something for you guys. But he will be here soon. Okay, DJ, are we gonna go nuts and stay up and knock out this 3-parter, or are we gonna call it a night? Because I can go either way right now. It's nearly midnight my time.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. I mean, we'd be done around 2, which is when I usually get to bed anyway. So
it is. I'm gonna leave it up to you because you're an hour ahead of me.
All right. Well, I will leave you guys in suspense. I will tell Cap after the break.
Oh no! Don't do that. People aren't even gonna know if they should wait or not. So we have to make a decision.
No, let's do it. I'm fine.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and knock out this 3-parter, guys. Anybody that wants to stick around with us for another hour of this nonsense, I say nonsense. Last couple were pretty decent.
Yeah, they're good.
This is
a 3-parter, which are notoriously not great.
And this is the infamous Dear John episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is the Kimberly sends Tommy a "I'm not with you anymore" letter, but that's okay because he's already kindling things with Kat. Who cares at this point? All right, looks like some folks are going to stick around with us, and I'm glad that we are continue on, considering Jeffrey just got here. But anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out, folks, and we will see you again next time if you're watching this after the fact, and in just a few minutes if you are watching this right now. Thanks so much. Once again, sure appreciate you guys. I was Captain Logan.
And I was DJ.
See you later, folks.